Well, from one troubled health board to the viral threat facing another elsewhere in our region. We heard last week how hackers targeted Dumfries and Galloway NHS, stealing thousands of patient medical records and posting some on the dark web.
They're threatening to release more unless their demands are met, although at the moment we don't have much more information than that.
Well, to find out more, I've been speaking to a cyber security expert who's dealt with these types of attacks before. Derek Mitchelson is from global cyber security firm Checkpoint. Derek, thank you very much indeed for your time. First of all, we've seen what happened at NHS Dumfries and Galloway, and that's going to worry a lot of people. Can you tell us how a cyber attack like that might happen?
It could happen several different ways. The most likely way this attack happened would be either through an email phishing type attack, an email that's come into the board and somebody's clicked on a bad link to a website, or it could have been from a vulnerability in some of the software that's protecting the NHS board there.
I mean, once the hack has happened, getting hold of the data is what's going to concern most people. How might a cyber attack like this use data and use it to their advantage, or perhaps to other organisations' advantages if they've got that data with them now?
Everything they'll look to do is to monetize what they've taken. So it's to make commercial gain from that data. Some of that could be to sell the data on the black web. It could be to aggregate the data. So the data connected with, say, financial information becomes much more valuable. It could even be used for blackmail as well. It could be used to reach out to say, we've got sensitive medical records, and unless you pay us, we're going to release them. So everything they do is to try and criminalise and make money from it.
And Derek, that idea that, you know, somebody might have hold of your private medical details, it's concerning. Apart from the obvious, I guess what kind of data does the NHS hold on us, and does the suspected size of perhaps the overall level of data taken here give us some indications of exactly what was taken and what they may now have?
Well, the NHS is a digital organisation now, so any interaction you have with the NHS basically logs the details of the conversation, the engagement. They'll record down your lab results, any tests that you've had. So any interaction with the NHS will be in your electronic record. And potentially it's that electronic record that could have been taken. It could also be scan results, it could be MRI results, it could be just X-rays as well. Given they're talking about 3 terabytes of data, I suspect they've taken more than just medical records. There'll be some imaging data as well, I would suspect.
That is indeed an awful lot of data, really sensitive private data as well. Just finally, Derek, what will now be going on behind the scenes in the NHS to try and deal with this and try and fix it and perhaps stop it from happening again?
So firstly, what they would do is they would isolate NHS Dumfries and Galloway to make sure that the rest of the NHS is protected. Then they would make sure, working with third parties, they're able to mitigate any issues that they've had. So they'll check to make sure that the threat actors are no longer in the systems. They'll then bring the systems back up and running. And I expect they'll then work with the experts to make sure that they have got good remediation and incident response plans so that they can put in place whatever lessons they've got to ensure it doesn't happen again, because we've seen too many cyber attacks on the NHS, unfortunately, and unless we work on things probably a different way, we could well see more of these type attacks in the future.
OK, well, Derek, thank you very much indeed. Derek Mitchelson from global cyber security firm Checkpoint. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
A lot of interesting detail there, a subject that so many of us know so little about. Thank you for watching this Thursday evening. Still to come on the programme.
Carlisle United host their first ever iftar meal to mark the month of Ramadan.
And with low pressure set to dominate through the next few days.